Hello laces and jelly babies, welcome back to Let's Play Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm Denzel Washington, let's do this. So, last episode was quite a long one, but it was kind of establishing, we got to find out a little bit about Aloy and where she lives and kind of what's going on. And what these machines, okay these aren't the machines, but these are practice machines that she has. Also, quick tip for anybody looking to platinum the game, there is a trophy for destroying all of these in the Nora lands, I guess. And quick R2 smashes them. So yeah, as I said, like you need to
hunting this morning.
Get
Why
all of them.
Here? Where's he gone to?
So the idea is we've been training for the past however many years. Yeah, no, seriously, see if you see something that you can pick up like that, probably best to pick it up. But yeah, we've been training to go to the proving.
He's just standing there.
What's going on? To find out who our mother is and why we were outcast from birth. And this lovely man is Ross, the person that's been looking after us, effectively our dad, really.
Did you want to be alone?
No. We must speak. I've been thinking about your training, Aloy. You've learned to hunt, learned to survive. But I fear there's a lesson I failed to teach you. Would you learn it now?
Of course. I'll always learn what you have to teach.
There has been some trouble recently. It affords an opportunity to learn this lesson, but it will be dangerous. You must come prepared, or you will die. Descend into the Embrace and hunt until you've gathered the parts for fire arrows.
Fire arrows? What kind of trouble are we talking about?
Once you have the parts, you will meet me there, at the gate beyond the village of Mother's Heart.
The North Gate? At the edge of the Embrace?
Yep.
Yes. Now be on your way.
Is something else bothering you?
No, I'm fine.
Are you worrying about what happens after the proving?
What happens is clear. You will be accepted as one of the tribe. I will still be an outcast, to be shunned.
Rost, even if the tribe accepts me, I won't...
There is much to do, Aloy. We will discuss this later.
Okay.
How he thinks that she could just do that.
Anything else you want me to do while I'm down in the Embrace?
Odd Grata might be out of food by now. You could hunt a week's worth of meat for her, if you find the time.
Wouldn't mind if she'd say thanks.
First wee side quest we've got there.
Grata follows the law. Her science towards us is honorable, not an insult.
If you say so. I'll go gather the parts, but I'm also going to pay Karst a visit.
Aloy, that man breaks the law every time he speaks to you.
And I'm glad he does. I want to buy a tripcaster, and no other trader will sell outcasts.
Stock it with ammunition, then. You'll find use for that weapon tonight.
That
Yep.
sounds ominous.
Indeed it does.
All right. See you at the North Gate. Something's really bothering him. The kid thinks I'm going to abandon him.
Yeah. So, get to properly show you the map. So here is the Embrace, as it's called, which is the main part of the Nora lands. The Nora lands actually extend up to here-ish. Like this bit here is kind of the border, I think. Or did that actually? No, it continues in a wee bit. Like that. Yeah. This is the world map. Sometimes it feels really big and then other times it feels really small. It's kind of a cool mix of the two, because sometimes you think, oh wait, I can I can go do a whole bunch of stuff, and then other times they're like, no, I can't really. That's not how that's going to work. But so got a whole bunch of cool tabs in the menu. Got quests, so that's your active quest. Talk to cars to get the trip caster. I think I was saying that right, but anyway. Also get the fire arrow materials. Point of the spear, that's the quest we've got. We've no side quests. Errands. Okay, so technically side quests are more important than errands. But so yeah, that's go talk to Odd Grata. She kinda tells you while talking, she's talking to you, or she's talking at you, she's not really talking to you. But yeah, there's tutorials, but I've got none open. And then there's all those other things that we will eventually find as we go through the game. The notebook, so this is the machine catalogue. It kind of shows you what you can get from machines, like all the kind of loot and stuff, its weak spot, the actual just kind of main body. Also tells you what override, like these two are both psi overrides. That'll make much more sense later. But yeah, we want to get Blaze from the Striders for the main mission. That's that canister in the back. It gets used for kind of explosive purposes. There's the collectibles. These are vantage points. I'll probably try and find a couple and show you them off. Ancient vessels. I'll find a couple of those as well. Metal flowers are pretty cool. And then there's also these Bannock figures. There's an ancient Bannock dude. That's the Bannock are another tribe that live on the or in the kind of frozen lands of the world. So up north, but yeah, one of their ancient fellows travelled the world and just kind of left these wee Bannock figures around for reasons. Oh no, I missed one. Oh, that's actually quite annoying. These are audio data points, and these are the ones that I was picking up or scanning. There's quite a lot of them, and they are predominantly in those kind of the old world areas of the map, but there are plenty that are literally just lying by the side of the road or lying in a bush somewhere, just because that's where the person who recorded it died, and that's where they're, because basically what you're scanning for the most part in that instance is their focus. That's what the wee thing that Aloy's got on the side of her head. That's what those are called, focuses. You're scanning the focus and retrieving data from it. Then you've got the hologram data points. Those are the ones, like the video ones. Text, so that's like your, as it says, quests. You find these during quests and in quest areas. So I think there's some of them that if you're, because I think there's a couple of quest areas that you can't actually go back to, so if you don't scan them then and there, then you don't get to scan them. I could be wrong on that though. And then you've got just the ones litter in the world, much like the these ones. And I even think a couple of the hologram ones. I could be wrong on that though. I've never got all of them. But machines, there's machines out there that you can scan. and get information from. And then there's glyphs, so it's like modern day, well, for them, modern day writings on walls and stuff, I think, or their ancestors, not us, like our descendants, if that makes sense. So after the world's gone to pot, people have kind of left markings around the world and stuff, so yeah. Then you get the game progress, tells you all that kind of stuff, and then your stats. So yeah, you get crafting. So basically when it says craft, it's like add modifications to your weapons, so that it gives you more, they let you kind of up the abilities of it, so handling, or up the type of weapons, because you can get like fire, ones that give you plus fire, so when you're using fire arrows it deals more damage. I have a feeling this episode's going to be a long one. So you got all those kind of things, but you've also got ones for outfits, because different outfits you can get that give you different perks and boosts and stuff. Traps and potions, pretty self-explanatory. You've got your traps, which are massively underrated, which I'm fine. Like, there's so many things that I didn't do in my first playthrough that I'm doing now that I'm playing ultra hard mode, that I'm just like, why was I not doing this before? Health potions, pretty self-explanatory, but you've also got resist potions, so that's things that give you resistance to like cold and shock and fire damage and corruption damage, which once again we'll get into as the game goes on, because I will no doubt use most, if not all of them. And health potions, there's a couple of extra beyond like basic and higher health potions. There's a couple of other things that you can do health potion wise. Carry capacity, this is quite cool. The way that you up your carry capacity for all the various things, and the amount of satchels and the like that you have will increase as the game goes on, and you get more weapons and more items and more things, which means that you'll need to up the capacity of these, especially like the resources satchel. That should be like one of your first, like that, and any kind of like a hunter bow quiver. Like your weapons and your resources should be like your first two things that you want to do. So what you need to upgrade these are, like, it kind of outlays it in the side. As it goes on, at the moment it's just like shards, ridgewood, and a metal vessel. Pretty basic, and it shouldn't be too long to actually get all those. Like, to get the basic version of everything, it's not that far or that much you need to do anyway. Is that something different? No, it just plays. But to get higher levels you need to get animal parts as well, and I think there's some that even require like different plants. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, the animal parts means you need to go hunt those animals specifically, and it's not guaranteed that you're going to get the drop. Like, you could kill 50 of them and it's not guaranteed that you're going to get the skin or the bone that you need from that animal. And especially since animals are much rarer than the machines, and they're also smaller. There aren't any big animals in the world. They're all, I think the biggest one's like a boar, and they're not that big. So yeah, it's those kind of things. Then you get ammo. It's pretty self-explanatory. It lets you craft in menu, so you can see exactly how much of things are required and from what you've got. Fast travel packs, very useful. You can make them, and it might be easier for you to make them, but I would advise also just using like just buying them from the... 'cause they're not that expensive, and you probably won't be using them all that, especially to start with. You're not going to be using it, you'll be exploring and stuff, but as the game goes on, you're kind of clearing some of your extra side quests or errands or any of the other things that you can do. You're going to want to, like, sometimes, like, you've done a whole bunch in one region, but the next lot are the other side of the world map, so you've got to easiest way to do it is fast travel. You can travel without having done it, but it does take a lot more time, and there's more chances of you getting caught in encounters and the like, so fast travel packs, very useful indeed. Next we've got the inventory. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've got a spear, that's for your basic melee stuff, and a Karja hunter bow. I didn't realise that I could have sworn it was a different bow that you started with. Anyway, as you can see, I can currently carry 3 other weapons, because the spear never counts in your weapon count, I don't think. Mostly just because you always have it. But the bows, so Tripcaster would probably go sit next to the bow, the hunter bow, and then there's different types of bow that do different types of damage and status effects and stuff. Outfits, pretty self-explanatory. I've got the Outcast outfit, but can pick up more as the game goes on. That's where modifications go. Resources. So, as you can see, we've got fire killing root and ridgewood. Got some wire, and I've got I've got some sparkers. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. There'll be, as you can see, like the thing, it tells you what they're used for and sources on them all. Just about everything can be sold to merchants or traded with merchants for things, because there will be items that you need that you can't just buy with shards. Like the metal shards are money. There's going to be stuff in the world that you're going to need, or like stuff from the merchants that you're going to need or want to buy that you can't just get with shards. You'll need to have, say, 100 wire or something. It's a strange beast, so as it is. But yeah, and then there's other things that have literally no use. Like they can't be used for crafting, they can't be used for anything other than selling, and there's no point in hanging, well, not no point, but it's better to have the shards than to carry that around, because carrying those resources around just takes up a resource slot, especially until you get the maximum resource capacity, which I think is 100 different types. I'm fairly certain that's the one I've got in my game, well, my personal game. You would be surprised at just how quickly you run out of those. Like, it's insane how quickly you run out of those space just picking stuff up. Never mind when you've only got 20. So yeah, if you've got those, it's better to just sell it and keep the shards, because you'll probably need the shards for something later. Treasure boxes, you get these for like completing missions, quests. Normally get a handful of cool wee things. They come in various different rarities, same as mods, outfits and weapons. The no colour is like common, it's basic. That's green's uncommon, blue is rare, and then there is purple, which is very rare. I'm fairly certain purple is the highest. Especially, we've got a scrapper lens, which is pretty cool. To be starting with. Also very handy. I think that's what we need to trade. Yeah, because that would normally sit in resources. You get the lenses and the hearts of. Plus, this is a. What do you call it? Don't think this normally sits at a rare level, but anyway. Yeah, that's just for any kind of like key items that you're going to need for quests and the like. Ammo, pretty self-explanatory. Just quick count of everything you've got left, especially the weapons that you're not currently using. Because you might have saw that I pulled up the weapon wheel earlier, and I'll do it again when I come out of the menu. But it's pretty. It's useful to save you having to switch weapons out constantly to try and figure out how much it is. Just come into the inventory and it tells you how much you've got of each. And then traps and potions. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't have any, so I can't go into any more detail because I don't think there's anything else that you would need to know, but there might be, but I can't talk about it just now because I don't have any. Skills, very important. Very, very, very important. So there's loads of cool stuff. So lure call, and I can't unlock these two yet because they're hidden behind story. But yeah, so the way these work, as you can imagine, is as they get further down the tree, they cost more because they're better. But yeah, there are some like really cool abilities. Silent Strike is something that I am 100% that was just happening. Because it is so useful, and it works on. The only thing it doesn't work on are heavy human enemies or leaders, because that's an ability you get later on. Yeah, heavy and elite human enemies. I mean, Silent Strike works on most big machines even, as long as you've not been seen. It's great, especially if you combine it with lure call, so you're hiding in tall grass or you're hiding in some sort of cover, so like the wee eye has disappeared, it's just a line, and then as they come over to you, Silent Strike. Really useful. And I think there's some of these that I'm going to end up getting, not for the not for their like first or even possibly second level ones, but for the furthest down ones. So yeah, heavy lifter. It's useful. I like it, especially since I quite like killing heavy enemies or knocking weapons off of machines and using those instead of just my regular weapons, because they do so much more damage. Like seriously, I'll do it as the game goes on and you'll see it just like tears through enemy health bars. But Concentration Plus is, in my opinion, even more useful because it ups the level of time for like your slowdown stuff. Faster reload during concentration is very useful. Triple shot and double shot can be useful. I don't really use them, but yeah. So as I said, there's lots of kind of like quiet sprint. It stops you from being so easily detectable, which is really, really useful. But anyway, what other ones will I go for? Speeds up healing for the medicine pouch. I will get that, but I'm gonna go for Gatherer because I want more. Getting more resources early is very, very useful. Silent drop, another useful one, but I'm gonna go for concentration. I mean, eventually, playing through the game, it's very possible because I did it. I got all of the skills before the final fight, and I don't just mean like in the lead up to it. I mean like a good couple of missions before the final fight. Admittedly, I did just about everything you could do, but yeah. So that is the menu explained. I know that has basically been the episode, because I'm going to end this one here and start with just another episode of like, actual playing the game. But I felt it was kind of, especially with games like this, I like to kind of explain things for people that haven't played it or don't really know and are maybe interested to see me doing things, and I'm like, but what is that? So I figured do this and get it all done just now, and then there'll be like a couple of wee things that I'll probably need to explain later on as the game goes on, but that's this one done. At least that's the bulk of it, kind of like with getting the exposition at the start of a game done in a nice big episode. So anyway, as always, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. It would be very important for me to find out, do you want to see a lot of the hunter-gatherer type stuff, or the like the side quest stuff, or do you just want me to barrel through the main story? Because even the main story, there are multiple times there are multiple quest lines to go through, and I do think you need to do all of the main quests to get to the end of the game, if that makes sense. You know, like the kind of final battle and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so just kind of let me know about that, or you know. Anyway, well, I'll leave this episode here. This has been Let's Play Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been Denzel Washington. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye bye.